Hi guys, welcome back to Love Cooking with Tochva. Today I am going to be making carrot food, also known as worteltjie BREDIE or worteltjie kos. So over here I just have a pot with some cooking oil inside that I'm heating up, and now I will be adding in my whole spices. I've got some bay leaf, allspice balls, star anise and cloves that I'm adding into the pot, and I'll let that heat up, and once it starts sizzling around the bay leaf or any of the other spices in the pot, and then I'll add in my onions. So my oil is heating up quite fast. Now I'll just add in my onion. So now that I have my onions in my pot, I'm just going to braise it until it's translucent, and I will be right back when we get to that step. So guys, I'm at the point of where my onions are now translucent, and you can add water in during your braising time, but at this point I will be adding in a pinch of bicarbonate of soda, so you know this trick. Just adding in a pinch so it can break down the onions and it can braise much faster and eliminate cooking time, because no woman or man wants to stand in front of the stove for their whole lives. So that's my trick, and I will continue braising the onions until it's nice and brown. And like I said, add water in between the cooking time or the braising time, and when I get to the next step I will show you what to do when my onions are brown, and I will be right back. I'm back with the ketchup. It's been about 10 minutes now, and my onions have broken down it has reduced in size basically, and it's much smoother in the pot, which is great, because the onions won't be looking at me live and direct from the plate like a news reporter in an interview. Okay, and yeah, so I'm going to give it about 5 minutes more, and just until the color is nice and brown, and then I'll be adding in some chillies and a tomato, and I'll be right back when we get to that step. Guys, I am back. My onions are like a nice golden brown color. Now I'll be adding in chili and a tomato. Go. And now I'll just braise the onions with the tomato and the chili until everything is combined. And I will be right back when we get to the next step. Also, don't forget, adding in your water is very important. And at this point you can close your pot and turn the heat up to high. Just keep an eye on your pot, because you don't want your onions to burn and stick to the bottom of the pot. I am back, and it's been about 10 minutes, so my tomato and my onions has become one. So at this point I'll be adding in lamb chops. Guys, you can add in whatever meat pieces you prefer. I'm just adding in lamb chops for extra flavor. It is worteltjie stew, but you can use stewing pieces or goulash. You can use mutton, whatever meat you prefer. And yeah, I'm just going to be adding this in now, and I will be right back once I have all the meat in the pot. So all the meat is in the pot now. I'll be adding in salt and pepper to taste. There we go. Danya powder, coriander powder, ground coriander in other words. Not sure if there are more ways to say that. If there is, you are welcome to comment below and let me know. Paprika. Guys, paprika is optional, you don't have to add it in. And also jeera, which is cumin powder. And then to this, I'll be adding in some more water, just to cover the meat a little bit. And then just move the meat down. And then what I'll do now is I will close my pot and let the meat cook. And then when the meat is done, like I showed you, you can test it with a knife. And yeah, I will be right back when we get to that step. Guys, I am back. My meat has been cooking for about 30 minutes, going at it in the pot. I've added water in between. And now it is time for me to add in my potatoes. So I've cut potatoes up into quartered pieces. And I'm just going to add this into the pot. My meat is almost done. Or right about done. Now I'm adding in my potatoes. Just moving it to the side so the potato can reach the bottom of the pot, where the heat is retained. And then I'm also adding in some Worcestershire sauce, if that's how you want to pronounce it. Just a teeny tiny bit. And some sugar. And dried mixed herbs. There we go. And then I'll give this a stir. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to close the pot again, and I'm going to cook it until the potatoes are almost soft. Not completely soft, just almost, and then I'll be adding in my carrots. And I will be right back when we get to that step. My potatoes are almost ready, guys. As you can see, it's looking delicious. So now I'm going to be adding in my carrots. I cut my carrots in a slant. Not sure if you can see. Here we go. And it's about 1 centimeter or so. And I'm just going to add that into the pot like that. And with my carrots, I'm also adding in about 2 cinnamon sticks. Mine is broken up. Sorry guys if you can hear Frozen in the background. Just know that my daughter watches Frozen every single day religiously. I'm also adding in additional water into the pot. And then I'm just going to move the carrots into the pot. Like that. Just be careful that you don't mash your potatoes. The carrots you won't need to cook the carrots long, because these carrots and yeah, you can estimate if you want it to have a bit of a crunch or if you want it to be completely soft. So I'm just moving the carrots down into the pot, evening it out like that. And then I also have some danya or coriander. Guys, for those of you who knows or watch my videos all the time or regularly, you will know that I freeze my danya and I chop it up when I am ready to use it. There we go. Just a little bit of danya. And now I'm going to close the pot again. And then I'm just going to continue to cook it until the carrots have reached the desired tenderness. Yeah, so as I was saying, until the carrots has reached the desired tenderness that I want it to be. And then yeah, I'll add in a little bit of tomato paste, not too much. and I will be right back when we get to that step. Guys, I am back at the next step. Here we go. My carrots are a tad bit crunchy, but not too much. So now I'm going to be adding in the tomato paste. Teeny tiny bit, not too much, because it's not supposed to be a red food. I'm just adding it into the center and stirring it in and moving everything. Oh guys, the smell of the carrot and the cinnamon, I can't even explain. I really can't even explain. And the fact that I use chops makes the smell even so much. I really don't have words, guys. So give this recipe a try and let me know how it turned out. So I'm going to cook the tomato paste with the rest of the ingredients in the pot now, and once I dish up I will show you what it looks like.